Welcome to the Yokoy Academy. In this video, you will get an overview of the Finance menu and its individual tabs in the Yokoy web app. Users can access the Finance menu if they have been assigned the Finance role by a Yokoy admin. If selected, the user may be able to review spend for multiple companies of the organization or just one. The Finance review is the process during which the finance team checks the expenses, trips, or invoices to ensure that the submitted documents comply with company policies, look out for potential fraud, and ensure that employees and suppliers are reimbursed on time. In general, the Finance review is performed after the manager approval, but depending on the configuration, it can also be skipped completely or only be applied to spend that displays warnings. You will not be able to see your open finance to-dos in the My Tasks menu. Instead, you need to go to the Finance Review tab to see any spend that needs to be reviewed. The items are grouped according to company and spend type, and you can customize your view with a wide range of filtering options. You can adjust the number of shown items per page, decide which columns to hide or made visible in the table, sort the items using the arrows next to each column header, and navigate between pages if necessary. Depending on your company's configuration, you can perform the following actions. View all information about the submitted spend that is currently in the status in review by clicking on it. Review and adjust the VAT rates and tax ID. If configured, they are automatically extracted by Yokoy, therefore make sure to check and correct them if necessary. If you are unsure about some of the details and want to check with colleagues before proceeding, click Save to save any changes to the expense so you can come back to it at a later point in time to finish reviewing it. If you noticed errors or have further questions, send back the expense to the submitter for correction or reject it permanently if not compliant with your company policy. In both cases, you must leave a comment with your reasons. Expenses paid with company card cannot be permanently rejected. If your company allows it, you may be able to modify the spend information yourself, but note that some fields are blocked if the expense was paid with a company card and is matched with the corresponding transaction. You must click Unmatch to unmatch the expense and the card transaction before you can make any changes to the relevant matching fields yourself, or send it back to the submitter to carry out these changes. Once you have checked all the information and made sure that it is correct and complies with company policy, you can mark it as ready for export by clicking Finish Review. It's recommended that you view the spend information first before performing any of these actions, but to approve or send back spend more quickly, you can use the quick action icons at the end of the table or select multiple or all open approval tasks to perform the actions at the same time. After you finish the review, the spend is automatically moved into the Finance Export tab. The reviewed items are grouped by spend types into expenses, trips, card transactions, travel expenses if you have an integrated travel provider, or invoices. You can filter them by company and employee or several other attributes if it is an invoice. Depending on your company's configuration, the export of the spend items can be triggered automatically or needs to be carried out manually. If you click on a spend item, you can display all the spend details and either send it back to review or click Export. After clicking Export, you then need to enter the earliest posting date. This date is used as the posting date for the document in your accounting system. By default, the current date is suggested, however, you can choose a past posting date. If you choose a date in the future, an error message appears. After confirming the date, your export is generated. You can also use the quick action icons at the end of the table or select multiple or all items to export them or send them back to review at the same time. At times, export jobs may fail or stay in pending status. As a finance user, you can stop an export from endlessly spinning in Yokoy or cancel and restart the export job if enabled for your company. Your export table will contain 2 additional buttons in each export job row. Be careful using these actions and always check your finance system to avoid double postings. After exporting your company's spend, you can find it recorded in the Finance Export Log tab. In the export log, you can view all export jobs and download generated files. Each export job has its own ID and may contain exported expenses, trips, card transactions, or invoices. Use the status and exported columns to determine whether the export was successful. In the Finance Card Transactions tab, you can view all matched and unmatched transactions and card expenses. You can import missing card transactions in uploading a card statement and manage the already imported card transactions to ensure all are properly processed in your Yokoy tool. It is advised to regularly review the missing expense and pending approval review statuses to recognize when expense reports are missing before they are forgotten by the submitter, and to check the card expenses section for not matched card expenses in case transactions haven't been imported yet. As only matched transactions and card expenses can be exported, make sure that all transactions are matched correctly. Check the match using the transaction information provided and the card expense preview. If necessary, clear the match. Generally, card transactions are automatically matched to their corresponding card expense after submission. However, there are cases in which the automatic matching fails or real-world complexity gets in the way. In these instances, the transaction and expense must be matched manually. If you open a not matched transaction, different actions are available to you depending on your company's configuration. For example, clicking on Match opens the Expense Matcher, which will show you all unmatched transactions and unmatched expenses of the same card in the selected time frame. You can perform a variety of use cases to solve different levels of matching complexity, and the Expense Matcher may already recommend the best possible match of your selected transaction. Use the Finance Search tab to perform a global search for your company's spending. While the Review tab only shows spendings with the status in review, the Search tab shows all spending for the company, regardless the status. Select the company in which the spending occurred and search for a specific spend item using the available sections and filters. Spend items with the status Draft or In Approval can be viewed. For items in review, the finance review can be carried out like usual. Items that are ready for export can be exported, and if enabled for your company, the status of exported items can be reverted to ready for export if adjustments are necessary. For a comprehensive analysis of your company's spending, go to the Finance Analytics tab. You can analyze the expense, transaction, and invoice data, generate reports, as well as create and apply report templates. Choose a spend type and company. Apply a template or create a report from scratch. Select the date range for the report. Apply filter criteria if required. Define the report structure and select the data fields you want to include in your report. Click Generate Report to visualize the results in a chart and download the full report as an Excel spreadsheet for further analysis by clicking on the download icon or the report.xlsx link. To create the same report in the future quicker, save it as a new template. Now you have a better understanding of the different tabs in the Finance menu and the actions available to you. Thanks for watching, and have fun exploring Yokoy.